Chapter 1. After the explosion. The explosion had left nothing behind. Nora stood in the heart of the devastation, in a place she no longer recognized, surrounded by countless ruins, collapsed houses, abandoned streets, scorched earth that carried no trace of life. Everything around her was a dark gray. Even the sky seemed to have lost its color. Her hazel eyes stared into emptiness without fear, without grief, without any tangible emotion, only a crushing weight in her chest, as if the world had stopped in that single moment. Everything she had known since childhood had vanished. Everything that had once meant something had lost its value. Before her were her siblings. Adam, 8 years old, staring at the sky, wide-eyed, silent, as if trying to understand something beyond his comprehension. Layan, the tiny infant barely a month old, wrapped in a torn blanket, remarkably calm amidst the chaos, as if she had no awareness of what had happened. Nora did not move. She shed no tears, did not scream, did not flinch. There was no right hand to hold, destroyed and gone entirely by the blast, leaving behind only a trace of torn skin and congealed blood on her forearm, yet she felt no pain. There was no sense of cold, no heat, no bodily sensation as before. All she felt was emptiness, oppressive silence, and the heavy confusion that weighed on her heart and left her mind suspended in nothingness. "It's all over," she whispered softly, her voice barely escaping her lips. There was no sorrow, no pain, no fear, only the cold truth. Her entire family, everyone she had known, was gone forever. Nora extended her left hand, the only one remaining, and cradled Layan against her chest. She tried to offer her some warmth, some measure of safety, even though everything around them was shattered. Responsibility gnawed at her heart, yet she did not know how to protect herself or her siblings, not from the ruins, nor from hunger, nor from the storms to come. The silence was suffocating. Every delayed echo of the explosion, distant screams, falling debris, merged with the echo of her inner silence, growing heavy, suffocating, so much so that for a moment she wondered, was this all just a dream? Was it the end of the world? Or merely the beginning of a new world whose rules she had yet to learn? Days passed without movement, without any contact with the outside world. Nora searched for anything that could keep them alive, scraps of food, water, temporary shelter. Every step was measured, every movement calculated, but she did not seek psychological comfort, only survival and the preservation of her remaining siblings. Adam occasionally tried to speak, in a faint murmur, asking questions with no answers. When will they come back? Will we die? Is this world over? Nora did not answer. Words were unnecessary. Her calm, silent gaze was enough for him to understand that he should stop asking and remain still, even if he did not know why. Layan, despite her very young age, sometimes smiled, waving her tiny hands as if silently saying, "Everything is okay, I'm here, nothing scares me." Those innocent smiles were the only light in a dark world. Everything else was gray, shattered, empty. Each day was the same nightmare. Nora woke amidst the rubble, ensuring her siblings were alive, trying to move them, feed them whatever she could find, protect Layan as best she could, and watch Adam with a vigilant eye. She walked among the debris, sometimes stomping her feet on the ground as if trying to feel something, anything. Every step was fraught with danger. Hot wreckage, collapsing debris, the stench of slow-burning fires. Yet she moved without pause, without a hint of weakness. Night was the hardest, when sounds grew faint, leaving only the wind moving through the wreckage, echoing like the voices of those she had lost. Nora sat beside Layan, covering her with the torn blanket, trying to suppress any tears, any cry that might reveal her weakness to the two children, anything that could weaken them. One night, she sat on a cracked piece of concrete, gazing at the gray sky, and smiled quietly to herself. It was not a smile of joy, nor of sorrow, nor of anger. It was a small, subtle sign that life still existed somehow. Even if the entire world had collapsed, there were still those worth surviving for. Layan, Adam, and perhaps herself. In the heart of destruction, amidst ash and silence, amidst unwept tears and unfelt pain, Nora knew she was the only one capable of surviving, the only one capable of protecting what remained of her family, the only one able to face tomorrow, no matter how bleak it might be.